Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with match number 1 with the M15 draft. I did go up to 41 cards as I did put in the aggressive mining. Just I was thinking that that'd be a way for me to guarantee on turn 5 or 6 to find the Sanctified Charge and win. So yes, I won the die roll. I would like to play first. Absolutely an aggressive deck. What happened to my chat? Oh, this is just ridiculous. Okay, now if I click, how do I keep my chat open? There, did that work? No, it did not work. Okay, anyway, chat will just have to be down. This is a keepable hand. We're gonna see if aggressive mining works. We'll keep it. And meanwhile, what is chat here? What do these little buttons mean? Anyone know? Is this attack phase? Are these phases? Where are my phases? Oh, there's the phases right there. Excuse me again. I have no clue how to Is it my turn? How do I push? Okay, there we go. All right, so we go to main phase here. I'm going to go ahead and throw out the Foundry Chute Denizen and tap it. And hopefully these controls still work the same stack. Okay, that's the stack there. Oh, wow, this is so confusing. Okay, does F2 still work? F2 still works. All righty. I'll get a hang of this in a bit. Maybe I should have done some practice games before I started taping. So again, this is one of my, there's an article, or someone submitted a kind of like an email thing to Wizards of the Coast about why not to do huge overhauls to any sort of program. And this is exactly why, like, if they should just kept the look of the V3 client, just so I know where everything's at. It's annoying how they changed where everything is at. So I'm sure I'm gonna misclick here a lot. And hey, going up against another red deck. All right, so combat. All right, so there we go. Another Torch Fiend, that's nice. We'll chuck it out. And it gives our Foundry Chute Denizen +1/+1/+1. It's going to get in there for 2. Take him down to an 18. And see if F6 still passes the turn. It does. All right, so pass the turn back to him. We'll see what we're up against. Another red-white deck. We seem to be a little more aggressive than he is. And I guess this is the cool thing about aggressive mining is all these lands here are basically 2 cards. So we'll throw out another one. Throw another Torch Fiend. And then we'll be able to get in for 4. He's down to 14. Again, we can aggressive mining. We can continue to place lands. We won't actually even sacrifice stuff. We can play it next turn if we have no other play, and continue to. No. We don't want to play it next turn. That's bad because we can't play any lands from then on out. So there is that downside with aggressive mining, but I think it is actually worth it in this deck. Had like 14 seconds left when I decided just to chuck it back in the deck, as it's a way to kind of on turn. My whole reasoning is like turn 6, you sacrifice everything. So you've played aggressive mining on turn 5 to give you enough. You tap it all out for the mana, and then you sacrifice all your lands to actually find your +2/+1. All right, so let's go on to the attack here, and now we'll swing in for 4. I apologize how. Again, I'm going to mess around with this to make the display a little bit better. These cards might be a little small. I know there's a way to actually make them bigger, and I'll figure that out. And hopefully we'll figure out how to like change a background or not too. I don't know if that's actually available. But yeah, okay, so it does get him down to 14. And no other play, so we'll pass the turn back to him. And there is I'm not going to skip the turn because in the case he actually does throw an artifact I want to kill, we can actually use the Torch Fiend. She's a 3-color deck. See if like a Verdant Haven comes out. A Preeminent Captain. Okay, he's not going to block anything with the Preeminent. Oh, it's got First Strike. Okay, and an Ornithopter comes out. That's a shame because now Preeminent Captain just completely shuts us down with that First Strike for a while, unless we can draw into like a Cone of Flame here. Nope, it's another plane, but again, it's going to eventually be good with aggressive mining. But we do have to worry about a lot of shenanigans here. I don't know if Preeminent Captain... No, Preeminent Captain can't really put much in attacking. If I looked at the list of M14, it didn't really have many high casting cost soldiers. So, of course, we'll just take the 2. And I'm glad that he actually did attacking with Preeminent Captain because, you know, 2 damage is something we can easily take at this point, and then he won't have a first striker to block with. So we're still at a healthy 18. See what shenanigans comes out here. Okay, so yeah, that guy is something that he can easily block with, but he has to trade. So I'm actually hoping that I draw into a red card here. And there's a Sanctified Charge. That's kind of cool. As if he does block with a Foundry Street Denizen, we can Huh. So we get a Sanctified Charge. I think we don't Sanctified Charge quite yet. See if he actually wants to block with a Rough Rider. He does. Okay, so he's going to make that trade. That is okay with me. Next turn we'll cast the Aggressive Mining and hopefully fill back up our hand. And find one of our win conditions. So where is his... He has 3 cards in hand. Okay, so there's where the hand is. Hand size, cards left in library, clock. All right, so he's going to throw a Hammer Hand on his Preeminent Captain. That's fine. At this point, I really don't think that he attacks in with his Preeminent Captain. But if he keeps wanting to make that, he does, though. Again, that's... I don't know why at this point he wants to race with 2 cards left in hand. And he'll have no real good blockers. All we really need to do is find a Triplicate Spirits. Even raise the alarm with Sanctified Charge will just be pretty close to game. So I'm still liking my hand, especially with no play on his part. So what is he missing still? I wonder if he went like the Hornet Queen. So we have a Aggressive Mining, or we have a Gargoyle Sentinel. And at this point, I think it's just going to be Aggressive Mining. And I think we can safely sacrifice a Plains to draw 2 cards. And there's our Triplicate Spirit. That's cool. Well, now we can put a Hammer Hand on the Foundry Street Denizen. And place this on this. So he can block now. And I'm definitely okay with him blocking. As he's going to go down to an 8. Or he can't block, duh. I put it on there. So... Anywho, yeah, we're sitting very pretty. We had the 5 lands to be able to cast the Sanctified Charge, which is actually lethal next turn. He's still getting it with the Preeminent Captain. I don't understand this. I really don't understand why he's choosing to attack in. When he could have saved himself a ton of damage. He'd still be at like a 14. And just to get in for... I mean, he's got 8 damage in... Yeah, and still nothing, though. So Helots Pilgrim can actually go find a torch. But I think the right play is just to convoke. Yeah, we're going to convoke in. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Click on, there we go. Figuring it out. So here's 3 white Spirit tokens. Next turn we should actually win. And again, we'll attack him with the Foundry Tree Denizen. Which at this point he's got to block with the Ornithopter. Yep. Blocks with the Ornithopter. And Titanic Roast it, whoop-de-doo. That's fine. Kills that off, but we still have lethal on board next turn. With the Triplicate Spirits, especially attacks him with the Permanent Captain. He's down to, he'll have 2 cards in hand. And no combat shenanigans, hopefully. Hopefully it's not a triplicate. It's a Spectral Ward on his Preeminent Captain. Which is pretty good because now he's got... That gives Vigilance as well? No, okay. And he's attacking. Again, I don't understand this play. But he's going to try to just beat me down. And barring anything, with 1 mana, like a Fog, I don't even think Fog's in the format. I think that we can just go ahead and attack him with everything. And win the game with the Sanctified Charge. Because no matter how he blocks here, he'll be taking 8 damage. And that is game. Alrighty, so we'll go to the sideboard here. He does have some mean enchantments, so I think the Solemn Offering can come in here. And I'm at 42. Gargo Sentinel seems okay, but we're going to actually cut it, as we're going to go as quick as possible. And Heat Ray seems great in this deck, as we can kill anything he enchants, instant speed. Soak the Flames aggressive. Aggressive Mining actually was... I like Aggressive Mining now I think about it. Forge Devil seemed a little weak. He didn't have any 1-drops that are... Yeah, that I guess is really worth killing. 41 cards. Spirit's good. Cone of Flame would be the one. Maybe a Bronze Sable would be the card that I'm going to cut a 1 of Forge Devil, and we'll submit this. Again, a decent hand. We have 4 lands. That means that there's only 11 left in our deck. We're going to keep it. Healed's Pilgrim's great. Generator Servant can do some really sick stuff. And I actually like to draw into like a 1-drop here. Nope, not quite a 1-drop. Alrighty, so see what shenanigans comes out on turn number 2. At least we don't have to worry about that in Soul Artifact. And I guess the cool thing about Generator Servant is I can split the colorless mana. So say that I have, I don't know, double Bronze Sable. I can sacrifice this to give them both haste. I don't know. There's a few scenarios this might come into play with Generator Servant. I was hoping to actually get some big drops. Or at least 1 big drop to do some crazy stuff with Generator Servant. There's a Torch Fiend. I think that we might as well go the Generator Servant. Really just use him in this deck as a 2-1 body. And if we do need to ramp to a Triplicate Spirits or a Sanctified Charge, that is a way to do so. And there's the Preeminent Captain again. Alright, so there's a Raise the Alarms. I think what we're going to do is heal its Pilgrim though. Or maybe we can just do that next turn. As we can go get... Yeah, we're going to spend our mana correctly. We're going to go get the Fists. And again, I hope it tries to race me again, because it raise the Alarms and a Generator Servant next turn that are come out, or Raise the Alarms and maybe it depends on what the Fist mana cost, I believe, is 2. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to look at it here. All right, so it's on the Healed's Pilgrim, still on the stack, right? On the stack. Okay, so still trying to figure out this think my opponent doesn't know how this game works either, so we're both kind of confused, as I'm waiting for him to actually click OK on the stack so I can actually go search my library, right? Yes, I'd like to use this ability. So now hopefully it pops up there we go, my library. We can actually grab either Inferno Fist, yes it is 2, which is perfectly what we want. It's a little bit better than Hammer Hand, I would say. And that way we can, the Preeminent Captain that is his best card. He's had it both games versus us. But again, if he wants to trade damage, I think he learned his lesson this time, as I don't think he can trade damage, especially if he attacks into the next turn. He's going to be taking, yeah, a lot of damage from the Inferno Fist. What I probably will end up doing is actually just casting a Raising Alarm and a Generator Servant. Unless we have to worry about like a Titanic Growth if he keeps up 2 mana. I guess a Generator Servant could get us another Generator Servant and a Torch Fiend, but again, I don't think that sacking a Generator Servant for weak creatures is the way to go. Cool thing if he pacifies it. I don't know if pacifism is in this set or not, but you can still activate the ability at least. So he's going to go Divine Favor on the Preeminent Captain. That's pretty good against me. And we also have to worry about the Titanic Growth. But again, this gives him 3 life, so it's going to buy him a turn or 2. And if he's smart now, he's not going to attack in with the Preeminent Captain. He is going to attack into the Preeminent Captain. Okay. Okay, that's fine with me. So it's on the stack. Does he have another soldier he can cheat in is the question. And it looks like he does not. And so I'll just take the 3 here. And he's got 2 mana available, which I don't think he can bring out much. Maybe an Ornithopter with a Titanic Growth, but he doesn't even do that. Yeah, I'll trade with him all day long. Maybe he's hoping to get another protection from everything. So he's like an enchantment deck. We draw into our 5th land source for the Sanctified Charge. So I think the right play is just going to be Raise the Alarms. And we can do that post. How do I undo? So U does not undo anymore. I guess we just have to click. All right, there we go. Maybe Inferno Fist does 2 damage right now. He can kill it in response, so I think we just go to attack phases. If he does have a Lightning Strike, I don't want to get blown out by a Lightning Strike. So he's down to a 20 again. And we'll go ahead, raise the alarms. And go ahead and Torch Fiend as well. And pass it back to him. So he gets the Battle Mastery, Double Strike. Now this is getting pretty scary. As he's taking 6, and if he's got a Titanic Growth, I just die. So that is his entire... Let's see, I just block here though with 1? Yeah, I guess that's fine. I just chump block with a soldier. Yep, so now we can again, what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, if I win a block time, how much would that have been? It would have been 3, 7, 10, would have been 14 damage, so we're just going to Forge Devil. Do damage to the Preeminent Captain. Go ahead and Inferno Fist on a Heliod's Pilgrim. and then a Generator Servant. And then I'm pretty sure next turn he'll be dead. As we're going to be able to attack in for 3, for 5, 6, 7, 8 here, taking him down to a 12. Block with the Forged Devil on the Preeminent Captain, and then the following turn swing in for hopefully lethal. He does have 4 cards in hand. He does have an ability to give his guy +2/+2 and protection from everything. Unfortunately, that will take his turn. So again, he is kind of a one-trick pony, trying to put all these enchantments on one dude. Which even with the gaining 3 life, I don't think is going to be able to save him. So go to attack phase. And he's down to a 12. So again, he's just way too aggressive. Goblin Rabblemaster, it's going to give him a goblin that has to attack. I don't care about it. And he's just going to attack in for 1. Again, I don't think with just 2 blockers he can actually do enough. Because he can block 2 and take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. All right, so we'll go to attack phases. And again, it's Sanctified Charge is my win condition. It got me both of these games. Yeah, because he blocks here and here. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Unless he has something else. And, well, we would have the Iron Fist that we can do to target creature player, but we don't have the mana for it, so. And Sanctified Charge. That is game. So again, I have the experience of playing this in the pre-release. The pre-release that actually won the entire thing was a Sanctified Charge ×2 deck, just like this. It had more Triplicate Spirits and Raise the Alarms, though. But I think that we make up for that by having a ton of 1-drops that I did not have in that deck. And again, it crushed people all day long the same way this is doing, as this is just a ton of damage. As he's all the way down to -7. So anyway, we're going to round number 2. This has been Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.